Welcome everyone to this edition of the first ever edition of Knick Knax 90's Deep Dive, and I am your co-host on this one, and this is my host, Vicky.
Hi. So today we'll be deep diving into Mega Babies, which is going to have a massive trigger warning on it. It has overly animated toilet humor and general grossness. We watched it as kids.
For sure, I watched it on Teletoon, so did you.
Yep.
And my parents hated it, my grandma especially hated it. Me and my sister loved it, and didn't understand why everybody hated it, but now things have changed. I understand why our parents particularly didn't like it.
Yeah, my mother would leave the room as soon as the theme song hit. She was out of there.
Yeah,
we hated it.
We wouldn't let our child watch it.
No, not today. No way, Jose.
Sure.
No.
Mega Babies is a Canadian animated children's TV series created by the Tremblay brothers, Christian and Yvonne, whose previous work included SWAT Kats, The Radical Squadron. It released in October of 1999, airing for 2 seasons, totaling 52 10-minute episodes. The show centered around 3 mutant babies, Meg, Derek, and Buck, who fight off evil monsters and aliens alongside their caregiver, Nurse Laszlo. The story goes, after their birth, they are brought to an orphanage. When the entire solar system aligned itself, the babies and their nurse were struck by lightning, giving the babies super strength and other powers, raising Nurse Laszlo's IQ. The series heavily focused and relied on toilet humor, concentrating most around over-exaggerated animation of muscles, babies pooping through their nursery roof, snot, drool, and other general shock value evocation. The babies are implied to be superheroes, but rarely save anyone and mostly cause chaos instead. In this video of Knick Knack 90's Deep Dive, we'll be taking a look at episode 12 of Mega Babies, titled Journey to the Center of the Sewer. The show starts off with the babies, Nurse Laszlo, arriving at Barf Burger. Nurse Laszlo goes to order food. The babies go to the playroom. The server at the counter welcomes Nurse Laszlo and asks for her order, but his head starts steaming after she tells him. We then see the babies in the playroom. Derek asks the child if they would like to seesaw and rockets the child out of the ceiling. Meg is impatiently waiting at the end of a long lineup for the slide. She pushes all the kids in the line into the slide at once. We go back to Nurse Laszlo ordering food. Another worker tells her, "We'll be right with you, ma'am," and hits the man taking her order over the head. Before she can say what she'd like, disgusting food dispenses from a chute in the ceiling. Nurse Laszlo takes the food happily to a table for the babies to eat. Buck mentions they made lots of friends in the playroom, and we see a shot of children crying scattered amongst debris from all the babies. The babies then eat the food obscenely fast, look over their sloppy meal toy surprise toys. Buck gets a super squishy bouncy ball. Derek takes the ball from Buck, as does Meg, and a fight breaks out, sending the toy ball flying, evidently ending up in the Barf Burger washroom. Buck catches the ball, but Derek and Meg end up in the toilet. Buck attempts to save them by flushing the toilet. Derek, Meg, and the bouncy ball end up in the sewer. They chase after the ball and end up face to face with the grotesquely drawn founder, head chef, and CEO of Barf Burger Enterprises. He asks the babies if they're looking for this. Bouncing the ball in his hand, he introduces himself and claims to live in the sewer after he was, quote, taunted by skinnier children who were jealous of his plentiful girth. He laughs as he claims he will exact revenge. He plans to enslave the babies with his other minions and offers to show the babies his plans to take over the world. The babies don't care and would rather like their ball back. They follow the owner, and we see Nurse Laszlo at the bathroom door. While Buck uses a plunger in unconventional ways, he then attempts to plunge the babies out of the toilet, but brings up a distressed-looking whale instead. Derek and Meg, alongside Barf Burger's CEO, arrive at the nerve center of his operation, where every Barf Burger is made. He shares that all burgers are made from 100% recycled food that people ate years ago. The babies aren't fazed. Barf Burger's CEO then shares how he controls the minds of his employees by their headsets and plans to make the world so obese no one can move. The babies ask to leave and have their ball back. Upset the babies don't care about his evil doings, he threatens to destroy the ball and sends his minions to attack the babies. The babies take care of the minions quickly, then go after Barf Burger's CEO, who emits a foul odor to stop the babies. The babies recover and throw the CEO, landing under a dispenser of gross food. Derek flips a switch, and the CEO starts expanding from the food entering his mouth while Derek and Meg laugh. The Barf Burger CEO explodes, sending the babies rushing through the sewers, destroying the machine that controlled the minds in the process, freeing them. We see Buck still trying to plunge the babies out of the toilet. He gets blown away by the explosion from the sewer, along with Nurse Laszlo, and they get knocked outside of Barf Burger. The babies reunite and see their bouncy ball that someone bounces away, and they chase it again, ending the episode.
Well, that was
Quite the journey
quite the journey.
into the sewer.
I mean, I haven't watched that show in many, many, many years.
Yes.
Like, since I was a kid.
Yeah, at least 20 for me.
Yeah, so, to see it now, it's... Wow.
Yeah, I did not realize how grotesque it was, how vulgar.
They draw the characters so gross.
Yep.
The Barf Burger guy's belly button was bigger than the baby's drawn head.
Yes. Yeah, no, that was interesting. Very animated.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the comments, and let us know if you ever watched it as a kid too.
Yeah, I mean, again, I used to watch it and think there was nothing wrong with it, and
Now I can see the flaws. And it's not just about the animation either, it's also about what they center the episodes around. I mean, that was centered around weight problems.
Yeah. And like you alluded to, the babies are portrayed as superheroes.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of the episodes have a lot of cool action scenes because they are superheroes, even though they kind of destroy things and don't really help anybody.
Yeah.
But there was not really a lot of that in this episode. There was more of just gross things.
Yeah.
There was no action scene. There was no message. I mean, again, what message is there going to be in a show called Mega Babies about toilet humor and that grotesque of toilet humor, especially?
I don't know. It definitely doesn't hold its weight today, in my opinion. Back in the day, I don't even know how to fly past censors.
I know.
It's incredible.
Again, the 90's were a different time.
Definitely.
So,
Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives. Next week, we'll be deep diving into Angela Anaconda.
Oh, that's going to be good. That was quite the show. If any of you remember that, we'll be getting into that too.
Yeah, and stay tuned too for more wrestling videos. We upload them weekly. We cover AEW and WWE.
And that'll wrap it up for the first episode of Knick Knax 90's Deep Dive.